Hi, my name's Owen Lucas. Welcome to Erasing Parents YouTube channel. This is the first one in what I hope will be a hub, an online community whereby parents who have suffered under family law courts, because it's a global problem now worldwide, can come together and seek support, swap anecdotes, meet other like-minded victims. It's a fair enough word. This is a word we could get into in terms of definition of it, but if you've had your children taken away from you illegally in whatever guise or capacity, then you qualify under the label of victim. I think it's fair to say, even if you're advanced enough in your recovery to not live in victimhood, and congratulations if you are in that place. A lot of people aren't. There's still, an interesting question about victimhood and actually being a victim. So just for this opening video, just an introduction, I think it's a good place to talk about the environment of this major problem. When I say environment, you can think of it like a domain or a territory or field of energy. Look at masculine and femininity. The masculine is that electric bolt of energy, and the feminine is the field, the territory, the domain with which the electricity can manifest itself in whatever guise and form that might be. Men and women. And here we are with the problem. We have a gender war that's in progress as lots of social changes kick in, probably since the 60s, the social revolution. This word feminism has come up, and in a lot of respects that was a very noble and worthwhile movement in order to readdress a lot of the imbalances and inequalities that were well overdue to get sorted. But under the radar, in the shadows, in the murky backwaters of that process, is where we find ourselves. The recipients of family law jurisdiction, which has latched on to this gender war and rolled out the red carpet for malicious individuals to hide under a blanket, a label of their identity, whether that be mother or woman. Both these phrases now are lauded and exalted, and perhaps in a lot of respects that's fair enough, but not in every respect. Regardless of what walk your life you're in, whether it's gender or politics or nationality or football teams, whatever it is, in that identity group, you get all sorts. And at the moment, the media are avoiding an enormous project, a problem, a systemic criminal problem with the family law system, which is inviting malicious, often wounded mothers. When I say wounded, wounded people wound people is an interesting phrase. These are psychologically damaged people themselves, and we can get into as I'm sure we will, get into the labels and identity politics of personality disorders and psychological afflictions, this sort of thing. And the idea that all mothers need to be seen as sacrosanct and exalted and worshipped is not the case at all. We need to differentiate and discern between criminal mothers and the good ones. And so welcome to just this opening introduction to this channel. That is the environment we're in. It's very stacked against the father through the legal systems, and there's legal vultures who are feeding off broken families, and the big victim is the children. And this is what we need to focus on. Priority number one is your own recovery, like the notices on the aeroplane say. You know, put the oxygen on yourself before you think about helping somebody else. There's a lot of wisdom in that. But we need to get past the gender war aspect and look at the plight of children, because there's an assault, a societal assault on the well-being of the child. It's a general statement, and we'll get into the details, flesh it out a bit. But that's where we're coming from here, that if we can focus on the psychological defense of the child's realm, domain, territory, environment, whatever you want to say, then we can't lose, because we have the truth on our side. And it doesn't matter how many lies and malicious falsehoods are pitted against us, we have the truth. And the truth is by far the most powerful force in obtaining justice and a sense of equilibrium and balance societally.